Hello everyone, it's Grammy. I just picked a few wildflowers to take back to the house, and I was noticing some of the leaves, and they're starting to change. Won't be long, I'll take you out and show you when all the colors change here in the mountains. Here's one I found on the ground. Wasn't the debate good last night? Kamala did wonderful. She will make such a good president. And just watching the comparison between her and Donald Trump, it's amazing. And she is what I call a real American woman. Something I've been thinking about this morning is how Trump is always a victim. He's always a victim about everything. You know, he's the victim. I mean, he was fussing this morning on the phone with Fox News about how the debate was rigged and she had all the questions ahead of time, and it was 3 against 1 that the moderators were picking on him. Poor Trump. He's the victim. Everybody's picking on him. And I saw an interview that Chris Christie did where he said that Trump wakes up every morning and goes to bed every night worried about being put in jail. And he should be, because that's where he needs to be for what he's done to people, how he's deceived them and lied to them and convinced them that, because he did it at the debate again, talking about how America's just falling apart and how Kamala Harris is going to destroy this country. Haven't we had enough, people? Haven't we had enough? We're going to keep talking. I think we've got 55 days, but I'll do my best to get out here every day or every other day and say what I can say about it, because Kamala needs to be our president and Trump doesn't need to be our president. The man is having serious mental issues. He started talking about Haitians in Springfield, Ohio, eating cats and dogs. That has been checked out, and that is not going on in Springfield, Ohio. They're stealing people's pets, dogs and cats, and eating them. I mean, it's lie. That's what he does about a lot of things. Another lie he does is, because of that Project 2025, they plan on doing away with our public schools practically. So one of the lies they're putting out there now that Trump goes on and on about at his rallies is about how you say goodbye to little Jimmy when he gets on the school bus to go to school. And then when he comes home, he's not little Jimmy anymore. He's a girl. That they do these sex change operations at school, and they turn little Jimmy into little Susie at school. It's ridiculous. It's grotesque. It's stupid. And it's just one of many, 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 many lies that he has told for years. And as Chris Christie says, and I've said too, that the man has, right from the beginning in 2016, he was afraid that they were going to come after him for his illegal business dealings, and that he might be put in jail. So all the other things he's done, that's what's hung over his head, still hanging over his head, that he might be put in jail, where he belongs. for the crimes he's committed. And he just lies to you people to keep people on his side and to cause as much chaos as he can. He's not worried about our country and what can be done to help us. No, he's worried about Donald Trump, always has been. And I think I said, you can either be a victim or you can be a survivor. And that's, a lot of the time through my life, that's how I've lived. And I choose not to be a victim. I choose to be a survivor. Trump chooses to be a victim about everything, real or unreal. He makes up stuff because that's all he knows to do, is be a victim. Somebody's always coming after Trump. And talking about people eating cats and dogs up there in Springfield, Ohio. It's just so ridiculous. So thinking about that, have you seen the AI pictures they've put out with Trump with a cat under one arm and a dog under the other, and two black men chasing him, and he's trying to save the little cat and dog? It's so stupid. I mean, it's just ridiculous. And he also has all these cards put out, where he's got all these muscles, and they show him bare-chested, and he doesn't look like that. And he likes to think he does, and he wants people to see images of him looking like that. It is so silly. A man running for president, a man who was our president for one term, acting the way he acts, saying the things he says. I was so glad when Kamala talked about how Democrats are not against guns and that we don't want to take everyone's guns away, because that's been talked about for years and years. The Democrats are coming for your guns. The Democrats want to take away all your guns. And like she said, she owns a gun, and so does Tim Walz. And like I've said many times, Democrats own guns too. We are not wanting to come take people's guns away, but we are wanting to do something about all the shootings, and that the number one killer of our children in the United States of America is gun violence. Yes, we need to do something about these guns that are made for wars. We don't need those out there in the hands of our citizens. We don't need them in the hands of 14-year-olds. Nobody needs those except for the military or, security people. Just seems like, this is another thing I was thinking about this morning. Have you ever watched a war movie and they show a unit or a battalion or whatever they call it coming in from battle? They've been out and they've been battling for a long period of time, and they're walking back so that they can get some rest. And then the trucks are taking the new fresh servicemen out to the battles. And they show the fatigue on these men and women's faces as they're walking back to get some rest. And that's called battle fatigue. And I feel like I have battle fatigue. but it's because I'm of the age I am, I'm sure, is a lot of it. Because I had someone comment in my comments that this was actually like a war between males and females. Well, I don't look at it that way at all, uh, as far as our presidential race. But I'm sure there are a lot of men, especially MAGA men, that look at it that way. They just don't think a woman should be a president. In fact, they don't think a woman should do much of anything unless they approve of it. So anyway, my battle fatigue comes from years of trying to get it across that women, we are equal partners with men. We are equal partners. And they should treat us as such. And we're not starting wars with them. They're the ones trying to keep us squelched, keep us quiet. I'm talking about mostly the MAGA men. Those days are long gone, and you need to get over it and realize that women are just as intelligent as men, and just as capable of doing a lot of things just like men are. And as far as Kamala Harris goes, she will be very capable of being a president. A lot more capable than that man that she debated last night. He's off the hinges. There's something wrong with him and the lies he tells. He's been a liar and a cheater and a thief, most of his life. I'm just, can't say it enough. Can't say it enough. So anyway, I just don't want any of us to be victims. I want us to be survivors. And that goes, I guess I'm talking to the younger people. And wasn't it wonderful that Taylor Swift endorsed Kamala after the debate? Which means there are going to be a lot of young women and young men that will take her heed. And they'll be for Kamala too. Because she has a lot of influence. Because she's a good person. And a successful person. And these people like her, these young people. And I think that's wonderful. And they can maybe be more interested in politics and pay attention and learn more now that somebody they look up to has endorsed Kamala. And I think it's great because that's what we need. We need the younger people to be participating and learning to care about this country in the right way, not to want to tear it down and criticize it and put it down all the time, but to want to lift it up and help this country to progress. And all of us together, males and females, and stop this stupid war against women. It needs to end. It needs to stop. We are supposed to be the great United States. We are supposed to be setting examples for other countries. So let's do that. Let's set the example. Let's be the great United States of America. So, basically, that's what I wanted to say today. Come out here and enjoy a little bit of nature and looking forward to the fall of the year this year. Except one thing about the fall of the year, as far as my allergies go, it's always the worst in the fall. Every morning I'm sneezing like crazy and blowing my nose and my eyes are itching. It's always been like this. I can remember back when I was in school. I used to have the runny nose and itchy nose and sneezing all the time. But it just goes along with fall. But it is a beautiful time of the year. I've got Frankie over here laying in the sun, sitting out here with me. I'll show you. He likes to come along with me. There he is. It's nice out here, isn't it, Frank? Want to say hi to everybody? Hope I've got him in the picture. There's some of those leaves that are changing. Still pretty green, but there will be more and more. And I plan on taking y'all out and showing y'all the pretty colors and enjoying some of that. So I just have to take time to rest between the battles. And I know there'll be some more. I believe, like I said, it's like 55 more days. So come on, young people. Help us out. Love to everybody out there. And congratulations, Kamala. You did a wonderful job. Thank you. Bye, everybody.